Hey guys, Chris with Broken Dip RC again, and I'm still getting the hang of this camera. Um, anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video uh, about my SCX10.2. A little show and tell. Did a little bit of work on it lately. There is a comp coming up this Sunday here in California at Folsom Lake, and it's just kind of a friendly comp. I usually don't. I never got into comps. Well, I, I I like comps, but there's goods and bads about it. I have a hard time processing on a trail. I don't generally. I don't know how to put this, but I'm slow. It's just why I'm into crawlers. See, there you go. Anyway, processing a course in 6 minutes and lining it everything up at the last minute, I always have a problem with. I get so much into the driving. It's not so much dodging the cones, but I get so much into the driving and I forget. And I either point out because you know, I don't know. I'm trying not to take backups and all this kind of stuff, which I just never got into that stuff. I'm not a rules kind of person. Anyway, by the time I can get my thick skull to figure out the course and drive it and do all the choices, the problem is I always time out 6 minutes, 8 minutes, it doesn't matter. Uh, I just time the hell out. And so, I'm not super competitive that way anyway. So, I don't know. Never got into comps. But I got a lot of friends coming to this comp. It's cool. And, I haven't done it. And because of that, I haven't done it in a few years. So, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. And there's no four wheel steer at this comp, and the other rule is no dig. And my other two rigs that I like a lot, like to drive, have digs in them, so it's like I could probably disconnect them, but it's a pain in the butt. So I thought, well, I'll get this guy going, uh, which is cool. That's fine. It's a SCX10.2. Uh, it's the original kit version, so I have the kit transmission in it, which is kind of neat. Uh, and I originally the power system auto. I got a Hobby Wing. It's one of the Hobby Wing FOCs. I forget the number, but it's 2300 kV, which might have been a little too hot actually. Uh, I ran this truck at like Actual Fest and stuff, and ran it stock for a couple of years, and finally, dumped way too much money in it. So like the stock kit transmission has goodies in it. It has the steel gears. I killed the original gear set, so I put steel gears in it. And the transfer case is a Vanquish transfer case cover, and then the original I bought the uh, the aluminum case from Hot Racing, and I don't even know if they still produce this stuff anymore because looking for parts is kind of actually, which I'm surprised because the 10.2 is, they put the three gear transmission in it after a while, which is fine. It works great. But anyway, there's been so many iterations of that, so it's kind of hard to buy parts for now because everything is for SCX10.3, which isn't radically different in a lot of areas than a 10.2. But when it comes to drivetrain stuff, it can be just a little funky. Um, anyway, I got the kit transmission in it. The latest thing is had a 57 spur gear in it. The original cover, the motor plate. Let's see if I can get this to come around. The motor plate is a Vanquish, and then recently, like this week, I just put a 64 tooth spur in it and ran a. It was a little too hot, a little too fast. Originally had a 14 and the stock 57 tooth spur. So I thought, well, screw it, I'm going to throw a 64 in it. I just found I found the original axial spur on A main, and it ended up shipping out of another warehouse, like in North Carolina or something. It was just kind of weird. It was like, damn, okay. Uh, anyway, just got that, put it in. I had to notch. I actually had to notch the frame to kind of fit this thing in. So anyway, I've got a lower gear ratio in it. It's working. It's working pretty good. So I thought, oh, that's cool. We'll do that. See how that runs this Sunday. Um, Latest addition is I found a Yaw Racing uh, uh, Yaw Racing rock sliders with a little electronics box out of A main for I think it was under $30. It's all closeout stuff now. So just installed that. Took out a lot of lights and unnecessary stuff. Also, a while back, I put the axial. I don't forget what these are. They're Curry axles in it. It's got Proline shocks, and of course Vanquish shock mounts and all that good stuff. There's not a lot of original plastic on it, but it did have. It's got the obviously got has the original battery plate, which runs, towards. So it's kind of nice. I could throw. It doesn't make a world of difference, but I could throw a battery in there and shove it over the front axle. Uh, Figure out ways to do that. Uh, it's got a front bumper is I think an old RC four-wheel drive bumper, which it's funny because originally this was like a trail truck basically, and ran it in the backyard a little bit, and it's now it's this thing's like a real snow shovel. So we'll have to figure out a way. I've dealt with this stuff before. You just like lead with the. That's why I didn't do any bumper extensions in front of the front wheels, so I could, basically lead with one drive wheel and bring it up and over. So the body. Excuse me. The body is. Oops. Everything fits differently. Excuse me. There we go. Body is 67 Ford, 64 maybe. I forget the exact year. I had some lights up front, which kind of need to be reworked. But I found these great old school Integy light buckets that I kind of like to try to use again. But it's because it's Integy. It's made of the lousiest aluminum known to man, so it gets stripped out. I forget where the light bar comes from. This might be a Mad Dog light bar. I'm pretty positive it is, which puts out a lot. Runs off a 3-cell. That'd be kind of fun to hook up. I'm not going to bother switching and doing all this kind of stuff. It's just basically a simply run truck. But Proline, it's a Proline body. Like I said, it's the old Ford. And originally, the wheelbase was off, and I have a feeling it was because they had all kinds of versions of this body for wrestlers and this, that, and the other. And I might have picked up a wrestler body or something, but the wheelbase was way off. So I actually cut the bed off of the truck, squished it in a little bit, and just put 4 3 millimeter screws in there. And got that squared away, shortened the wheelbase, and of course painted the outside of the body. Found a piece of aluminum to do the downsides and kind of notched it for the, fussed with it. Made my a lot of these scale accessories are self-made. So there's like a little homebrew chainsaw on there, sitting on an old. I don't even know if they make those anymore. There's these great wheels that were G-Mates, and they were real cheap. So I bought, as many as I could, and they make a great spare to throw in the, rust them all out, put them in the spare of your truck. And they got the ice cooler full of empty beer cans, and what else? There's a axial ammo can, uh, which they had for a while. Those are kind of cool, painted up and weather them and everything else. And then the gas can, you can never find I found it, you can never get a good 10 scale, decent looking jerry can. And I'm not big, that's where 3D printing would like throw me off, because they never looked right, and I really don't want to fill in sand for hours and then paint something. It's just, I don't know, until the resolution comes up on the 3D printed stuff, kind of do what you can. And this is like an old, this is actually a jerry can that, I forget, it was one of the common accessories. I forget who put it out, but basically just cut the handles off and made a three, put the three, it's actually brass tubing, with a little bit of fill, and then painted that and then weathered that. So it's good enough. Yeah, I'm working on getting some running videos. I'm not sure if the comp is going to be still going on Sunday. Apparently it's supposed to rain. And I'm pretty sure the competition is rain or shine. But especially the last couple of years, homie, don't drive in the rain. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I've done enough comps underneath bridges during thunderstorms and all kinds of crazy events out here in California, and standing in the rain for hours, driving a little truck. Yeah, I'm kind of over that. Just saying. Anyway, somebody commented they wanted to see more running videos. Obviously, keep talking about these damn trucks. I don't run the stupid things. I have a little comp, not really a comp course, but just a little stone garden in the backyard that I test out stuff and play with. So I might be posting some little running videos about that, with comment, just kind of like commentary. Uh, the rain will probably let up Friday, which is tomorrow, and I might head out to Lake Folsom to, basically run this truck, and I need to break in the Phoenix more, and run different stuff on that. So I'll probably, if I make it out tomorrow, I'll post a video after that. But yeah, we're going to get some more driving videos. I'm kind of figuring out the best way to handle, honestly, handle the camera situation. I have cameras. I always forget how to use the stupid things. So I'm kind of over the GoPro deal. I don't know. I have a long history of a really lousy relationship with GoPros. So I like to try alternatives. This is a DJ Momo I'm shooting this on now, so it has a remote mic. So at least you can hear my voice, which is kind of nice. So you don't get like super crappy audio. And it works good. I just have to figure out the tricks. It doesn't have a, super big focus, and it's got a gyro on it, which somehow refuses to work today. So, we're gonna scratch the details. Hey, you come along with me. So yeah, cool. That's about it, guys, for today. And hopefully, stay tuned, I guess, and we'll, try to get something from the event too. So that'd be nice, if I go, if it's not raining. I don't want to stand out in the rain all day. Sorry. I know. I should toughen up, but I just refuse to anymore. Anyway, hope you guys having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.